during exercise, definitely there will be an increase in his or her vocabulary in that particular language. Okay, and particularly if you are focusing here on English language, definitely there will be an increase in English vocabulary. Okay, in that particular subject or in that particular topic. Definitely there will be an increase. Okay, there will be an advancement in the number of the English words of that person's knowledge. Okay, so that is how the extension of English vocabulary can happen. Now the second point or the second method a person can go for the development, for the extension of English vocabulary, that is developing vocabulary cards. Okay, see, in the previous session, if you remember, I mentioned certain point for this particular level, that is, see, this is the very initial level of exercise. Okay, or we can say up to school level, certain type of exercises are repeatedly practiced so that one can have the extension or one can have the development of vocabulary in English language. Okay, so what a person does in this exercise, that is in relation to a context, okay, or maybe in a different way, a person prepares certain number of cards, okay, and whatever new word in that particular slot of time, the person notes down that particular word in those cards as per the categorization of that person. Okay, so when the person revises those words in form of those cards, okay, the person memorizes many of those words. Okay, so this is how also the extension of vocabulary happens. Okay, and it's a playful activity, and even it is very important activity for the research purpose. Okay, because see, these vocabulary cards can help a person to focus on the topic, and also the person gets help to further look for another related information. So again, it is very effective medium of extending one's vocabulary in English language. Now the third method I pointed out, that is reading extensively. Okay, what do we mean by here the word extensive? It means the thorough, the depth. Okay, reading all. Okay, reading minutely. Okay, what do we mean by reading minutely here? It means taking into consideration all the words which are used in that information, taking into consideration all the punctuation marks which are used in that information, and also taking into consideration the composition structure, okay, of that information, then coming to a particular idea and then coming to a particular conclusion, that is termed as reading extensively. Okay, so again, it helps a person to extend his or her vocabulary in English language. Now, the fourth point, that is distinguish between formal and informal words. Also, it is very important for a person to identify whether a particular word could be used in a formal context or not. Okay, because it makes a lot of difference in terms of communication. At a workplace, it is always expected that one should be very much sophisticated, one should be very much formal in his or her communication. Okay, so if the person has that knowledge, of the formal words, of the formal expression, then only that person can perform. Okay, so that distinguishment is extremely important for a person to communicate effectively. Okay, and also this particular situation helps a person to extend or to make an increase in his or her vocabulary of English language. Okay, so suppose the person does not have the information of some formal word for a particular context. Okay, then the person will try to search for that particular formal terminology. So in this way, the person will definitely extend his or her vocabulary in English language. Okay, for example, a very simple example I'll give you here. All of you might have done the letter writing exercise up to school level. So if you remember, you, or if you have practiced, you just recall that at the subscription level in a letter writing, the subscription level is the information you write, yours affectionately, yours obediently, okay, yours lovingly. Is this point clear? So in that writing an application, okay, as a student, if you are writing an application, okay, the subscription, yours obediently, yours affectionately is correct. But suppose you grow up, you join some organization, okay, and then you have to write an application to your higher authority. Then see, yours obediently, yours affectionately is not that much appropriate subscription to be used at a workplace. Okay, so in that situation, you will try to search for an appropriate word to be used as subscription. Okay, and then you will find that sincerely word could be used. Okay, so this is how the increase in English vocabulary happened. Okay, you were knowing some different word, okay, but that you thought is not appropriate in a particular context, so you searched a related different word, okay, and that was more appropriate in that context. So here you will find that you did two exercises for the extension of vocabulary, or the person did two exercises for the extension of vocabulary. One is tried to relate with the context, the first point we discussed, and the other level the person exercised was tried to develop a more appropriate formal terminology. Okay, so in that sequence, the person went for that particular exercise, and that was more effective. Okay, so this is how the extension of vocabulary that is always required, and that is always effective also to do. Okay, see, you please recall all the time, you might be hearing, you might be listening your English or Hindi teachers saying to you, okay, repeated times, that please read more and more. Please read more and more. Why? So that you can increase your vocabulary, and you can, we can say, you can have the information of that vocabulary. Okay, you can develop as well as you can extend your vocabulary in that particular language. Okay, so now the third level we need to address for vocabulary skills, that is components of vocabulary in a language. Okay, in English language particularly we will discuss here. The first component is word formations. Okay. The second is synonyms. Third one is antonyms. Fourth one is substitutes. And the fifth one is homophones. Okay. Except these, we have one or two more components of vocabulary in English language. Okay. As we will discuss in detail, we will take them one by one. So this all I just revised so that whoever has joined this session for the first time, they can have the connectivity or they can have some information that what all discussion is going on in the classroom. Okay. So with this, I'll stop this PowerPoint here itself. Okay. Now I'll ask you to check one of the exercise for the practice purpose. So what I suppose here that all of you will go through that text, okay, and then we will do some exercise, okay, so that you will have some information that how reading helps us to develop or to extend the vocabulary in English language. Okay, so see students, I'll share all these in the chat box also. The links I will share there. Okay, so afterwards also, whoever is not that much comfortable, okay, at present can do this exercise afterwards also. But I expect that all of you will do this exercise, okay, and whenever we will meet for the next time, okay, you can ask your queries and we can resolve them. Okay, so are you able to see my screen? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, so it is one of the file I am sharing from British Council English Learning site. Okay, it is one of the, we can say, the world reputed and worldly established organization for English learning. If any authentication of the information in English language we require, okay, we will definitely go for the British Council's informations. Okay, so in that sequence, I thought that we can have one exercise from there. So all of you, please just tell me, are you able to see this title preparation task?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
So, okay, all of you, please have a screenshot of this. Okay, in your phones, because I'll talk about these words later on. Although this is a preparation task, okay, but I'll not discuss about this particular part at starting level. I'll discuss about, okay, please take a picture of this. Okay, The words are given
क्या है?
and definitions are given. We have to
8 से 16 करेक्टर के बीच रहना चाहिए पास में। तो 8 से 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 तो ठीक तो है। हाँ देख
yes, yes. 8 words are given, okay, and parallel to those 8 words, the definition, the explanation of that word is given. So we will match the exact definition with the word later on. Okay. Have you taken the image? Yes, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine, good. You. Now, see, now you have to read this text. In this class itself, you have to read. Okay, I'll be asking some questions about that reading of yours. Okay, I'll just briefly tell you. This is an email. This is an email written by one of the person to his friend. Okay, after joining a job, after completing the studentship. Okay, please remember this context. Note down this context. After completing the studentship, क्या मतलब है मेरा कहने का कि पढ़ाई खत्म करके, कॉलेज की पढ़ाई खत्म करके, एजुकेशन खत्म करके स्टूडेंट ने एक जॉब ज्वाइन किया है, ठीक है, एंड आफ्टर ज्वाइनिंग दैट जॉब, दैट पर्सन, okay, now I am not saying he is a student because he has completed that studentship, ठीक है, he has left that status of studentship, now he is a professional. Why? Because the person has joined a job, ठीक है, तो अब उस पर्सन ने एक जॉब ज्वाइन किया है एंड आफ्टर ज्वाइनिंग दैट जॉब, दैट पर्सन इज राइटिंग टू वन ऑफ हिज फ्रेंड, ओके, हु वाज स्टडीइंग विद हिम इन कॉलेज इटसेल्फ. वी कैन जस्ट एज्यूम, हम एज्यूम कर सकते हैं, यहाँ पे मान सकते हैं, ठीक है. फिजिक्स एंड मैथ्स में करते हो ना कई बार आप एजम्पशन, एज्यूम करके फिगर या कोई भी नंबर है वो आप एज्यूम करके आप कैलकुलेशन करते हैं ना, तो यहाँ पे भी आपको एज्यूम करना है, ठीक है, कि वो उसका फ्रेंड शायद कॉलेज में या स्कूल कॉलेज दोनों टाइम में उसके साथ था, ठीक है, बट नाउ दोज आर सेपरेटेड, बोथ दीज पर्सन्स आर सेपरेटेड, and in that situation one of the friend who has joined some job is writing to the other friend, ठीक है, लेटर नहीं लिख रहा है, मेल लिख रहा है, ठीक है. तो जस्ट इफ आप में से कोई इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर कर सकता है, ये किस टाइप की मेल होगी. एक फ्रेंड अपने दूसरे फ्रेंड को लिख रहा है मेल, तो ये फॉर्मल ईमेल होगी या इनफॉर्मल ईमेल होगी. क्विकली आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन.
इनफॉर्मल
ईमेल होगी. क्यों? Why? Why it will be
मैम
informal?
एक फ्रेंड और एक फ्रेंड को लिख रहा है इसलिए.
Yes, social relatives are communicating. Okay. If we are
Yes, ma'am.
describing this, if we are describing this in formal language, how we will explain that the social relatives, okay, the social relatives are communicating with each other. So in that sequence, the informal communication will happen. Okay. Okay. So this is the context you need to keep in mind, and then you have to go through the email content. Okay. Now, I think 5 minutes are sufficient, okay, to go through this email content. Slide more is there. I'll display that also. You just go through this. All of you, please read this, and whatever new word, whatever difficult word you are observing in this content, you have to note down in your copy. I'll be asking you by your names, and at least each student need to need to note down 5 words, okay, which he or she is finding difficult or has seen for the first time in this email content. Is it right? All of you, please quickly do this. Your time has started. Here's the next part of the email I have displayed. Okay, in continuation. It is in continuation. So please go through that also. And it is ending with lots of love, Kath. Kath is the writer. Is the content clear? Yes, students? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Content is clear.
Okay. I think it is also. Not that much difficult words are used in this email. The reading, many of you might have completed. Do you require 1 or 2 minutes more? Yes, students, have you completed the reading?
Yes, ma'am.
I think many of you have completed. Okay, we are having the limitation of time also. So let us do the related exercise. Now, task first. All of you are able to see this? First, we will do this task. Okay, then I'll ask some of the students that what all words those have noted down from this email. Okay, and what is their relevance in relation to this email. Okay, so before starting these tasks, quickly answer this question. Was the format or was the tone of the email content appropriate in terms of writing to a friend? Was the tone
Yes.
appropriate?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, definitely, definitely. Because see, this was the conversation or this was the communication between two friends. Okay, after a long time disconnection. Okay, during due to their jobs and the other points. So in that sequence, if one friend is writing to some of his or her other friend, can have certain type of tone. Okay, so that is quite appropriate. And the second question from my side, that is with the first reading, were you able to get the information what one friend wanted to communicate to the other? With the first reading itself, can you have the idea that yes, this is the information one friend is sharing to the other friend? Was the content, was the diction that much easy in the email? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. It's somewhat easy.
It was somewhat easy. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. Now let us do the first task. Okay. That is match the descriptions with the cities. Okay. Now all of you please uh, just recall that some of the names of the cities you might have come across in this content of the email. Okay. So the first city is New York. Second is London. Third is Frankfurt. Fourth is Prague, and the fifth one is written in abbreviation form. Okay, that is LA, that is Los Angeles. Okay, so these are the 5 cities you might have observed in the content of this email. So what all these names are used, okay, in relation to, you have to just match that description. Okay, so please find out what is correct in relation to the email content for New York. The descriptions are, the first description is where she will get married. Next one is a city that wasn't what she expected. Third, an expensive place. Fourth, a place she did not really see much of. Okay, and the fifth one is the most recent city she lived in. Yes, quickly.
Ma'am, B.
Which B?
City that wasn't what she expected.
A city that wasn't what she expected. About New York, this is the description mentioned by the person. I think this is the description. A place she did not really see much of. So just I'll make you to come to this point. See, from there I was on another 3-month mission to oversee the setup of the office in New York. Love it, love it, love it, New York. It's like being in one big TV show, as everywhere looks just a little bit familiar. I did every tourist thing you can think of when I wasn't working. And much have spent most of my salary on eating out. It was really hard to leave for the next job, especially as I kind of met someone more about Michael later. Sorry, Michelle. Okay, it is Michelle later. Okay, so New York is mentioned, a place she did not really see much of. Okay, she wanted to be there. Okay, but she did not have that much of time. Clear? Now, London,
The first one, where she will get married.
where she will get married. Okay,
A.
fine. Which one? She is right. Okay, good. Now, Frankfurt.
The most recent city she lived in. Number E.
Yes, good. Okay, and Prague. What about Prague? Yes, quickly. A city, B option, a city that wasn't what she expected. Okay, and what about Los Angeles? An expensive place. Okay, that is all mentioned by the writer to the friend. Okay, about all these cities. So see, this is how you have to develop, or you have to extend your vocabulary. Okay, this can be one of the methods of developing or extending one's vocabulary in English language. Okay, and it is definitely required to do certain type of exercises repeated times. Okay, see, the vocabulary development or extension is not that much easy. Okay, it does not happen automatically. For this, lot of exercise, lot of practice has to be done from our side. That is the point. Now just check the task 2. We have to opt out the correct answer. The first question is, recently Kat has been, the first option given here, making an effort to email people she knows, too busy to even think about writing emails, thinking about writing an email to her friend. Which option is correct out of these 3?
A.
Yes, making an effort, okay, to email people she knows. Okay, now the second question, Craig was. The first option given to us, that is better than Kat imagined. Second option, just as Kat imagined. C, not as nice as Kat imagined. Yes,
C.
quickly respond. C, yes, not
C,
as
ma'am.
nice as Kat imagined. Yes. Okay. Now, the third question, just check here. Kat says, Christmas was. First option, exciting because she was in a new place. Second, difficult because she missed her family. Okay. And third option, as good as usual, thanks to technology.
B.
B, yes. Why? Because just remember, she has mentioned that Skype was not making that effect of Christmas celebration. Okay, that is a symbolic language Kat has used. Okay, to reflect her unhappiness. Okay, of not being with the family at the occasion of Christmas. Okay, so difficult because she missed her family. This is the correct option. Now the fourth question you see here, that is in New York, she spent most of her money on, in New York.
A, ma'am.
A. What is the A option? Tourist attractions. Okay. What is the other option? Restaurant.
B, ma'am. B.
C. The series. No.
B.
B, ma'am. Restaurant.
No, no. See, just reread the text, okay? Because of the tourist attractions, okay, she visited many places and she enjoyed the food there. Okay, so tourist attraction is the main information, okay, of spending her money. Clear? I'll just point out that sentence also in the paragraph. in the email. Just let us check the fifth question. How did Kat feel about Los Angeles? And I think we are running short with the time. Now, our other colleague, Mr. Kuriakos, will be dealing with the session. Okay, but before that, let us complete this question. How did Kat feel about Los Angeles?
C.
The first option I'm reading out, it's nice for a holiday but not to live. Second, she would have enjoyed spending more time at the beach. C, she did not really like the beach part of Los Angeles lifestyle. Okay, yes, she did not really like the beach part of the Los Angeles lifestyle. C option is correct. Okay, so quickly I'll ask you to solve this last question also. Okay, then I'll hand over the session to Kuriakos sir. Okay, and we will continue. And I'll share this file with you people in the chat box. So you can just click on that site and you can go through this exercise at your own. The last question, Kath and Michelle are thinking about how to spend more time together, working out where to hold the wedding, planning to get engaged.
A.
Thinking about how to spend more time. Yes?
More.
A. Yes. Thinking about how to spend more time together. Okay. So with this, I'll end this session here itself. Okay. Today it was maybe some technical issue. So I share one of the audio and do the exercise of vocabulary development and vocabulary extension. So I'll do that in next session whenever we are meeting. So with this, I'll end the session here and I'll ask Vivek sir to ask Kuriakos sir to continue with the session. And students, I'm sharing this link in the chat box, so you can save it from there. Okay. So with this, thank you. Yes, Vivek sir. Yes, विवेक सर
हेलो
आप हाँ सर को बोल सकते हैं
यस या हाँ
आपके
सर
session
स्टार्ट
में
करिए आप यस यस यस
Yes.
बात
नाइस
Hello.
यस सर
Good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर
Students. Good morning. A warm welcome to my class. Actually, this is my first class, so I could not be able to meet you. I'm very much thankful to Professor Vivek Sharma and other entities. So today, I would like to take the class which is regarding one of the most important thing which is essential in our life, that is communication. So especially what I want to say, communication, it is an important factor to each and every man, especially for a general tendency, or what we say, it is for official communication, official meeting, official information, passing of information. So it is so much important. So without communication, we cannot have any connection with the people. In modern time, a communicator is such a person who will be the best leader. So without a proper way of communication, we can't be a better leader, we can't be a better manager. It's a great problem for all. So in these days, we know we are facing a great problem, that is pandemic COVID-19. So that is the reason why we are taking this type of classes by online. So it is not only a problem to the corporate world, but even the other field and other area of management. It's a great problem to our life. So let us come to my topic, that is communication. So what is the need of communication? And I will show some PPT. It will share. Okay, we are going through the definition of communication, then the process of communication, that means how communication which passes from one person to another person. Then the next one, it is importance and objectives. Then organizational communication, how organizations are running. And last is levels of communication. What are the levels of communication that we will deal? These are the only headlines that I want to give some explanation regarding. We will give the definition of communication. So what is communication or communicate? Communicate in the sense, commune means it's a group. So when we pass the message from one person to another person, that is communicate. Communicate means passing of message or information from one person to another person. And it may be from one person to another person or a group of persons. So communication in the sense, only we are dealing with the human beings. So when we deal with animals and other species, so it is not under the purview of communication. So communication, it is only dealing with human beings. So human beings, the term communication, which is only coming in the way of the individuals. So here, communication, it is the ability to share the information or the message from one person to another person, one group to another group. So we say that for communicating, we need at least two sides. At least two sides in the sense, at least two persons. One, it is information, informator, or we say messenger. And the second one, second party is messagee. So messagee is the receiver, one who is receiving the message. It's an important factor until and unless a messenger who is not coming in our way, it is very difficult to share the message. So for giving the message or sharing the message, we need a receiver, and from messenger to messagee, that there is an interaction. So here we say that most of the communication, near about 55% of our communication, which is vocal cues. So through vocal tones and cues, we are sharing the message, and through our body language and our gestures, it will be 38%, and remaining 7% are verses. So we use only minor percentage of our verse messages through our verses. So here we see that if a person who is not able to speak, even he is not able to speak, so he can pass the message. So certain dumb and deaf persons, they are also passing the message. So it is very important So whatever may be the medium of exchange or the provision of message, so we have to pass the message, especially vocal cues or vocal tones and body language. It contributes a major share of our messages. So let us come to the definition. So it is a process by which information which is passed from one person to another person or one individual to another individual through a common system of symbols. Just use hear me, symbols, signs and behavior. So there are three important components in case of passing the message. So there are three important ways by which we give the message. It is through symbols. So just you see, when we are driving a car, we see some signals, traffic signals. So through traffic signals and symbols, we communicate. We are able to get the communication from the other people. So through symbols, or we see certain signs or behavior. Through the behavior of the people, through the behavior we see. So just you think about a person who is conducting a class for a regular 5 to 10 years or even 2 years or 3 years. You see, through the behavior of the teacher, you are able to follow what is the message he is going to give, what is the behavior of that person, what would be the message of the person, what would be the message of your teacher. It will be easy for the students to access it. So what we say that, so it is through symbols, signs and behavior. So according to Webster's dictionary, we see that, so communication, it is such a process of passing the message from one individual to another individual through some signs, symbols and behavior. Once again, through some symbols, signals, or we say sign, and the last it is behavior. Through these three important means by which a person who is giving the message from or passing his message to the receiver. Okay, I feel that you have followed me. Just now we see the process of communication. So process means what is the way by which we are able to transfer the message. Not transfer, it is transmit the message. Transferring and transmission is different. Really sorry. Transmission, it is passing a message, passing something that is intangible. That means, but transfer, it may be some physical quantity can be transferred. So take it that is the transmission of electricity, transmission of message, transmission of some intangible things. Okay, so the purpose or the importance, or we say that it is a role of this communication. The first one, we will see the process. The first process we see, it is used for the purpose, this process is that how we are able to transfer the message. It is true, there are few points. The first one, it is the conception of message. Conception in the sense, making the message. Making the message means creation of message. How we are able to create the message. Creation means creation, making the message or conceiving the message. It is the duty of the messenger who is conceiving the message, who is making the message. It is from his internal memory. It can be from some reading. It can be from some information which is received from other people. Whatever may be the reason or information, it is to be created by the messenger. So conceiving the message means making the message or creating the message. So this creation, it can be through his internal reasoning, and it can be from some reading or some received message. Okay, and I think that you have followed me. So conception is the process by which the creation of message, it is through some internal memory, or it is from some outside source, or some reading, whatever may be the source. So conception is, it is the creation of message. Now the second one, it is second process, second line, it is encoding the message. Encoding the message means, suppose if I have an idea and I want to pass this message to you, means pass to my students and my viewers. Suppose if it is in my mother tongue, it is not possible for the people or the students or the viewers or the receivers, they may not be able to follow me. So it is my duty to simplify this message or translate this message into a common medium. So this translation is encoding, translation of the messenger who is translating the message. So this translation of message, just a minute please. Hello, please just a minute. Hello, okay. Hello, are you able to hear me? Anyone? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it's clearly audible.
I think you can follow me. So the first one point, what we have already discussed, it is conceiving of message, and the second one, it is encoding. Encoding means simplifying the language in the sense in a legible form, or we say that it is an absorbable form or imbibed form. It is especially for the receivers. So receivers, they should follow it. So for this purpose, the messenger who is simplifying the message, he is translating it into a common language. That is encoding. So encoding, it is so much important. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Suppose my mother tongue is something different, some different language is there. Suppose if I take this signal, symbol, or something like that in my mother tongue, it will be difficult for the students. So it is my duty, or the messenger's duty, is to translate or to encode into a simplified language. That is known as encoding. So encoding is simplifying of signal, then signs or behavior or something like that. So it will be important for the messenger to translate this particular message to his viewers. Okay, and now just you see the third one. After the selection, what we have to do? So we have to select a medium. So selection of medium is an important factor. So we can select any medium. So we can pass this message to the students, to the viewers, through a class, in a class, or we say that I can send a message by email, or I can give a speech or something like that. Whatever the medium which is to be selected, which will be easy to absorb by the viewers. So the messenger who has to decide which medium is to be selected. That is the selection of medium. It is, in other words, we can say that is channel of distribution, channel of message, channel of passing the message or the transmitting the message. That is selection of the media or channel. Then messenger's duty is already finished for few minutes, and now the receiver who is receiving the message, and when he received the message, sometimes it will be difficult for him to understand. So he has to decode the message. He has to simplify it in his own language. So a messenger who is passing the message. After passing the message, then which is received by the receiver or the messagee, and the messagee is decoding. He is simplifying. He is following the message. He is studying the message. He is taking the details of the message, analyzing the message. So it is his duty to analyze these things. That is what we say decoding. So example, if we have given a jargon, yes, an official language or official what we signal, so we can ask, or the messenger who he can ask or she can ask the thing whether you have followed this jargon, whether you have followed this signal. So it is our duty, means messenger's duty is to give the details or the simplification, and after getting the simplification of this jargon or the language, so receiver or the messagee who is simplifying it. That is known as decoding. Then again the receiver's duty is finished there, and the messenger who is able to take the feedback. That is the fifth one. It is taking the feedback. So taking the feedback after the interpretation, he has to take the feedback. Feedback is essential. So what is feedback? We have to appraise the thing what we have given. So a messenger or the transmitter who is transmitting the message or the passing the message, then whether he has given this message which is followed by the students or the viewers, it's an important matter. So when the messenger who is passing the message, then it is his duty to take the feedback from the students. Why it is an important thing? Otherwise, suppose if I take the class, if I pass a message, if I give something, if I teach something, so it is my duty to ask my students or the viewers, students, whether you have followed me or not. Are you interested to participate the things? So what is the percentage, how much you have observed it. So it is my duty. Likewise, a messenger who has to take the feedback from the messages. That is the provision of feedback. So this is the technique or the process of communication. So once again we are coming back to the process. I will tell the point, I will come back to the points one by one. It is the conceiving of message that I told you, creating the message or making the message. So messenger's duty is to create the message. Then next one, he has to encode it, he has to simplify it in his own language, and after that it will be transmitted to the messagee or the group to a common, particular, understandable language. That is the encoding. Then next one, he has to select it. Why he has to select a particular medium? Otherwise he cannot give it. So a channel is to be selected there. A channel, he can use any type of channel, any type of media. So it is up to him or the receiver's circumstances or the facilities, the messenger who can select. Now after the selection, he is decoding, means receivers or the viewers, they are receiving the message and they are decoding, they are following the message, they are understanding the message in their own particular situation or particular language. Then the last one, the next is after interpretation, after giving the message, after transmission of the particular message, the messenger who has to take the feedback from the messaging, from the group. And for taking the feedback, a messenger who can use any method, he can ask sometimes some questions, and we say he can give some questionnaires, he can prepare some questions, and it will be given to the viewers or the students. So it is up to him what is the method he is using. So that is the last one, taking the feedback. So it is the process of communication. And now I would like to ask a few questions. Some of you can give the answers. Hello? Hello? Students, are you able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you are the manager of a particular company, corporate, okay? Manager of a particular branch, example, purchase manager, sales manager, or whatever the department. So my question is that, what would be the process of communicating with your subordinates? So what type of communication, what type of method you are going to deal with the subordinates or your those people who are working under. So any two students, you can select, you can take, you can give answer from. Okay, send a message to everybody. Okay. Hello. Are you able to hear me? Hello. Hello. Some of you can use your mic. You can send it to the chat box. In a simple way, how you are going to deal with your subordinates. What is the process of communicating with your subordinates? In few lines, you can type it there in the chat box. I'm waiting for. Hello. Hello. Hello, students. Are you able to hear me? Hello. Yes.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes. You please give the answer to my question. You can use the mobile phone, mic. Hello. Okay, you can give the answer to this question at the end of this session. Okay. So let us go further. Now it is purpose of professional communication. Purpose of professional communication. Professionally, what is the aim or the objective of communication, which is in professions. Professionally, professional communication, it is not the general communication, it is only dealing with professionals. So when we transmit a message in our office for a professional, for a man who is working as a professional, it is generally we have to communicate officially. So professional communication, in the sense, professionals are communicating, professionals are dealing their professional relations and even public relations. So public relation in the sense internal transmission of message. Internal transmission of message here, when the messenger who is messaging inside his organization, inside his corporate, that is professional communication. So professional communication, what are the objectives of professional communication? The first one, it is generally used for advertisement. Example, we see for giving advertisement, giving publicity, then making a public relations, professional communication is important. Professional communication is so much useful. When we create some message, some information specially designed to the public to attract the customers, that is, we say advertising. So advertisement is the invitation of the people from other side to join to deal with our business. So a business relation which is to be made only possible when we have professional communication. A sound professional communication is essential for the purpose of business communication. Advertisement. Next, we say it is for giving orders. For giving orders in the sense, suppose if we are a producing company, production company, a production unit, it is the duty of the manager, or we say that from the side of the producers. So we have to give order, we have to give some orders to purchase certain material or even some consumable articles for the official purpose. We have to give the orders. So for giving orders, so for making orders, placing an order, a sound communication means which is essential. So without the sound communication means, sound communication technology, we are not able to do it. The main purpose of professional communication, it is first one, it is advertising. Second, it is giving orders or placing orders. So for placing order means giving orders. Next one, it is providing instructions. So for a manager, when he is working in the organization, may be possible he has number of alignment, number of subordinates, they will be working under you. So it is one of the important thing that he has to provide information, he has to give information. A sound communication means, or sound communication system is essential there. Otherwise, we will be away from our aim. So we are not able to obtain, we are not able to complete our means, complete our mission if we have no sound system of communication. So for professional communication, for providing instructions or information, we need a sound system of communication. Next we see for marketing. For a producer, when product is produced in the factory, it is made in the factory, it is, if it is kept in the godown, we cannot sell it. So we have to find a sound means of marketing system and a sound means of marketing system which should be available in our organization, in our company. So for our company, for our business, for our corporate, so we need to find a sound marketing system. A sound marketing system including giving advertisement and sales promotion and other activities, we need a sound means of communication. So marketing of a product, selling is also a part of marketing. Selling and marketing is different. Selling is taking the goods from production center to consumption center, from producer to consumer, that is sale. It may be personal selling or it may be some other indirect means, whatever may be. So marketing is a broader term. It's a big term. It enhances sale. So certain technology, certain techniques or means which is used for the purpose of enhancing the sale, that is marketing. So it's a bigger term. A sale or sale promotion is something different. So whatever it is there, so marketing is essential activity in business process, and for a sound marketing system, sound marketing professional communication means which is essential. Then a few more points are there, and thereafter we will wind up. Staffing. So staffing, what is staffing? So for a corporate business or a business organization, we need certain important members to assist us. So staffing is an important factor. Staffing includes recruitment, then selection, promotion, and all other means which is related to this type of recruitment or activities. So which will be essential for staffing. So staffing is important for a business organization, and staffing is only possible when we have a sound system of communication. Example we see for inviting the members, inviting the staff members, inviting the people or applicants, we need to communicate. We have to give advertisement in the newspaper, or we have to give the advertisement in other social media. So we have to invite the application, we have to scrutinize this application, and we have to take the GD interview, and many processes are there. So we need certain important means which is including the staffing. So for recruitment, for selection, for promotion, for their transfer, so all are which related to staffing. So staffing is possible when we have a sound system of communication. So staffing is only possible when we have sound system or the vein which is essential. Otherwise we cannot give any type of messages. We cannot invite the people. We cannot find the proper or the qualified staff members from outside. The next, that is projecting the image of business. So we need to project the image of business, of our business, among the other persons. Why it is that? Because in these days, for the success of business, we have to make an image. If image is not there, if we are not able to create the image, if we are not able to create the goodwill, we will be away from the business. We will be washed out. We will be driven out from the business. So here, for creating the image, for creating the goodwill, for making the goodwill, or which is used for the purpose of creating the image. So here we say that when we are dealing
Hello, sir. It's over now. Hello,
or
sir.
even the public relation, we should make. Hello.
Yes, sir. There are net problem. Actually, I think there are net problem. The voice is fluctuating actually, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Students, are you able to hear me? There was some disturbance outside.
There are some
Okay.
disturbance, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now it is okay. For what I was saying, to create the image or the goodwill of the business, we need a sound system of communication. That means we have to make some strategy to face the competition. And cutting this competition, for facing this competition, we need to create this image, or we have to make the goodwill of the business. And last point is getting the feedback. Getting the feedback here, we see that for a general tendency, after selling the product, or when we have sold certain products to the general public or the consumers, so it is our duty to take the feedback, whether this product is useful, how you have enjoyed this product, how you have used this product. It is an essential factor for the further production. So for anticipating the product demand, we need to take the feedback. So feedback is an essential factor. Feedback is needed for the sale of product, for the coming or incumbent customers. So what would be the demand in the coming years? What would be the following strategy? What type of strategy we have to make in the coming or the following years? So it is an essential factor, or it is very much important for the sale of the product or the success of business. We need to take the feedback. And for taking the feedback, we can use many means that I already told you. So we can adopt many methods, many means to take the feedback from the customers. We can make some questionnaires. We can tell our representatives to reach the ultimate customers. So there are many means. So whatever the maybe the means of feedback, taking feedback, it is an essential factor. It should be important. It should be very much needed for the sale of a product. So for selling the product, we need to find out the what we say, the feedback. So otherwise we cannot produce for further years. For the following years or the forward planning, we need to find out what would be the maximum amount of product which is to be produced this year, and for the following years, how much amount of or how much quantity of goods which is to be produced and which is to be kept in our godown, and what number of employees we are needed extra, or if we need any further employees, further staff members. So all these are depends on the product which is for the feedback which is taken. So it is all on the basis of the feedback. We need to take the feedback, otherwise we are not able to find what would be the amount of which is to be sold, or what would be our demand. So what can be sold, what amount of goods which is to be sold, what would be our demand of the product. So all these are depending upon the current situation, and it is according to the level of feedback which we are taking. So when again I am coming back to my question, I will give you few seconds to remind. Suppose again I am saying or repeating the question. Suppose if you are a manager who is working in a factory or a work site or a corporate or even a non-business organization, if you are working as a departmental manager or what we say, or an area manager, how you are going to deal with the subordinates? That is my question. So my question again, I will repeat it. So what would be, suppose you are a manager, what would be the treatment, what would be the way of communication, how you are dealing with your subordinates? Please, you can, any one of you can give answer. Hello? Hello? I will give you few minutes, few seconds.
Yes, students, please reply.
Okay.
Reply, sir, asking question.
Yes. Any one of you can give answer to my question. My question is, I repeat again. Suppose you are a manager, whether you are a departmental manager, area manager, or even a general manager. So what would be your treatment? How you are going to deal with your subordinates? So what would be the process? What would be the process in the sense how you communicate with your subordinates? What would be the means of communication? How means of communication in the sense treatment with your subordinates? That is my question. I give few seconds. Anybody can give.
Students are not getting the question, sir.
Yes, I asked the students, suppose one of you are the managers of any company, whether he or she is an area manager, then a departmental manager, or general manager, what would be the treatment, how they are dealing with the subordinates, how will they contact with the customers, what would be the dealing, what would be the means of dealing? That is the question. Anybody can give. How will you deal with your subordinates? Okay, I will give the answer. So first of all, it is the duty of an area manager or a general manager. He has to make a sound system of information, a sound information system which is to be created first in his office, and thereafter he can deal with the members. So the first of all, it is the duty of an area manager or a general manager or even a departmental manager. He has to create a sound information system. Until and unless an information system is there, how he is able to do it? So the answer is very simple. When we are dealing with the customers, our department subordinates, our subordinates who are working under us, so it is the duty of manager to create an information system. An information system in the sense that he has to go with all the details of his staff members, how many members are there, then how he is able to reach the subordinates. And thereafter, suppose some of the subordinates, if they are staying some other places, then it will be difficult for the general manager or the area manager to contact with them in odd hours, in certain unofficial hours. Then it is his duty to create such an information system which will be useful to, which will be available to all his subordinates. That the answer is very simple. That means he has to create a particular information system, a sound information system, and this sound information system should be available, or it should facilitate all the members working under him. Okay. And if any students, if they want to ask any question, they can ask for 2-3 minutes if they want to ask anything. Hello. Hello.
No idea actually.
Yes, sir.
Students. Yes.
Yes.
Himanshu,
If any student who is
any question?
any question, and it can be clarified.
Okay, sir. No question. No question by the
Okay.
students. So
Okay, we will
students.
see in the next class, and I am going to wind up.
Okay. Students, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, students, and
Thank you to join.
viewers.
Okay.
So actually, certain disturbance. I have some disturbance here, and
Yeah, there are
even
some.
from outside. It is not so connected, and it is really sorry. And I am thankful to Vivek sir, Data madam, and other students. Thank you to all.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, all the students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Vivek sir. And thank you all students.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So now we are ending the session.
Okay. So we are ending.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.